Oh, we are live. This is the Four Battle Wars podcast. I'm your host and moderator, Fabian Vixen. On tonight's show with my guys, D. Randall, Mike, Tony, Shot Major. We are going to be talking about quarterback tiers. Quarterback tiers. We're going to talk about Heisman hopefuls, and we're going to preview the NBA season, which cranks up next Tuesday night in Denver, where the Nuggets receive their rings. They're going against the Lakers. And Golden State, I believe, will be playing. I can't remember where they're playing. I think Oklahoma City on next Tuesday night. But of course, this is going to be the part of the show we say, "Let's go." This is the Four Battle Wars podcast. Of course, my guys will be on in just a minute. We are live in effect. Before we get started, if you're watching baseball right now, the Houston Astros are up 5-0 in the top of the fourth inning with 2 outs in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. They're down 2-0. I got a feeling Houston's probably gonna pull this out and win in 7 games when they take it back to Houston after Game 5. Probably 6. I think they just played better in Arlington against the Rangers. The Rangers had a phenomenal season. The Rangers led most of the year, but Houston overtook them for the division title in September. You know, baseball really can't count on anything until September. And coming on the stage now is Michael Atwater. He's going to be popping in just a moment. Michael, why?
I'm just saying, Faith. I am.
So you're another entanglement.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting it be known. I mean, I am.
So when did this entanglement happen?
Homecoming 2003.
2003.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We watched the episode of Fresh Prince, and it went from there. We watched the episode when his daddy left him, and I started.
Does Jada even remember the entanglement?
Yeah, we just talked about it the other day.
Are you in her book?
Hey, look, I don't need you to keep talking about my business, okay? I'm Jada Pinkett's lover, okay?
So when Will Smith come to your house and slap the taste out your face,
I hope you there to have my damn back. Damn sure hope you there. If not,
that's a long
ride.
That's a long ride to Troop County.
I live well. It's a long ride. I live in Rome. So that's a hell of a ride.
That's a hell of a ride, yeah.
So Will ain't got no business hitting me. He been knowing about us since 2003. So, he ain't got no reason to hit me.
Wow. So basically you're getting jiggy with it.
I've been getting jiggy with it. I was getting jiggy with it in the Wild Wild West. Her parents just didn't understand. I hit her in the summertime.
Well, good luck, and I hope you can rekindle that relationship with her. And
we're working on it now. We're working on it now.
Okay. What does your wife have to say about this recent?
She don't know. She don't know anything about it.
I think she knows now. She watched the show.
No, she doesn't. Like, I bought all computers because I was letting the world know tonight. I bought all computers, anything. I cut off her Spotify and everything. So she don't know anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get the show started. Guess we're gonna start with college football.
Yes, we can, sir. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Or you want to do this face off that you and Tony Posey did?
I mean, Tony ain't got on.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is crazy. Hold on, man. Did Kansas City traded Mecole Hardman to the Jets during the season?
No, he signed as a
now
free
they
agent.
done traded him back.
No, he signed as a
they
free
done traded
agent.
him back to Kansas City.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. I ain't never heard that before.
Hey, Kansas City need a reliable receiver. He knows the offense. It makes sense.
I don't know how reliable he is.
He was the third receiver. Come from the rat hole. Come from the rat hole. Come from the rat hole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Horatio Major, what it do?
What's going on, gentlemen?
If you don't know the history of the Fort Valley State University, a land-grant university, which was founded in 1895, one of the dorms that was popular for freshmen to stay in was Moore Hall. There are several layers of that dorm. One is affectionately known as the rat hole. And I believe the higher floor was the penthouse, I believe, or the Players Palace.
Penthouse, Pleasure Palace, the Rat Hole, and the Gates of Hell. I think that was one of them. Something like that.
See, unfortunately, when I got there, they had me stay in Jeans Hall. So,
yeah, y'all were called good times. Let the people know that.
Yeah, temporary laid off.
Yep.
Easy credit or rip off.
No, Jeans Hall was the place to be. Like the rat hole. Yeah, hey, listen here, man. Shout out to the rat hole. Third window from the left. Y'all know what time it is. I ain't have no room number. I was third window from the left.
So if y'all don't know, homecoming is this week at the Fort Valley State University. For those that's participating in homecoming this year, make sure you be safe, take lots of pictures, and reminisce. All right, guys, we're gonna get the thing started. I'm gonna start with some college football. We had some compelling games this weekend. Deion Sanders had a 29-point lead and lost.
Really, Fade?
I'm shocked on that one, but that's neither here nor there. But probably the best game of the weekend was Oregon and Washington. Two Heisman candidates battling it out. I'm gonna start with Shot. Has Michael Penix Jr. placed himself on top of the Heisman hopeful list?
Absolutely. I mean, you talking about somebody that, the experts, the Mel Kiper juniors, and all them people, even if you go on some mock drafts as of a week ago, they didn't even have him in the first two rounds. I'm gonna tap my own shoulder because I remember that was somebody who I mentioned last year when we was leading up to the draft. I wanted to know what his class was. And I just think he got the tools to be, to play on Sunday. Now, I'm not going to say he all this and all that, but I think he got the tools to play on Sunday. And that performance that he put on Saturday evening, that's a Heisman game. That's a Heisman moment right there.
Get it? No
Jada Pinkett's lover, what's your thoughts on Michael Penix being the top candidate for the Heisman?
Michael Penix. Number two.
Was that an executive decision?
It wasn't my decision.
Oh my! It should have been.
It should have been. Yeah, that's fair. He'll come right back. Yeah, Michael Penix, I believe, is a transfer from Indiana, and I think he has knee issues, and I think he should be a first round pick. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. And then one thing that plays into his favor to me, he's left-handed, which means he could do some different arm angles. Probably throw that slant for the right side a little bit easier to me. Jada Pinkett is back. Hold on, we can get back in. I think Jada was trying to try to disconnect your service while you're talking because she didn't want you to talk about your affair back in 2003, Mike.
I will talk about that later on the show, but yeah, I think Michael Penix, followed by Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jordan Travis will be the four that I would say are the front runners right now.
Do you see Caleb Williams making any comeback to try to come back as a repeat champion? Think as a shot, even though he threw 3 picks on Saturday.
Yeah, he ain't got but like 4 picks on the year, and I think he got like maybe 17, 18 touchdowns. If he finished the season out with like 35, 40 touchdowns and maybe 7, 8 picks, and they in that, maybe for the Pac-12 championship or something, yeah, he still got a shot. He just had a bad game Saturday.
What's your thoughts on that shot?
Yeah, I mean, stat wise, he has a chance to come back. The same way these guys, the same way he kind of faltered last week. There's still a whole lot of football left to be played. My biggest worry with Caleb Williams, and I wish we had added this because my producer Anatoly put up a great comment in the chat saying that, or a great debating topic, because they had people saying that they felt like he would have been the number 1 overall pick ahead of Big Trev and Andrew Try Your Luck. And so I would have been curious to see, who also agreed with that. But my biggest issue with Caleb Williams is the maturity. Now you may say, well, what do you mean by that? Clearly he read those articles. Clearly he I ain't gonna say clearly because I don't know the kid, but for you to lay an egg like that after the week after everyone is singing your praises and calling you a generational talent, I think maybe you may have gotten caught up in your own hype and came back down to earth because of it. So hopefully, that's just a learning experience, and he'll continue to do the things that got him there. And if he does that, I think he's still a generational quarterback. But I would be more concerned with him reading too much of the hype.
Let me ask you guys this right quick. Who will be a dark horse right now? We have about 7 weeks of data, 7 weeks of compelling games, 7 weeks of great football. Who will be a dark horse right now that we're not thinking about that could be a Heisman winner?
Carson Beck. Carson Beck right now, I think he has I want to say 10, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For some reason, these next 5 games, if he can just, and Georgia got the potential to light it up like he did against Kentucky. If he could get 25 to 30 touchdowns, 4, 5 picks, and Georgia's still undefeated, he maybe could get an invite. I ain't saying necessarily say win it, but he could get an invite. But Carson Beck is somebody that I think that if he have a miraculous last 5 games, he could get to New York.
And look at the evidence. Okay.
JJ McCarthy too, Fade. Michigan.
I give you 2, and it ain't Carson Beck. I give you 3, and it ain't close to Carson Beck. Nobody respects what Carson Beck is doing on the football field at the quarterback position. That doesn't mean Georgia not the best team, but nobody respects what Carson Beck is doing on the football field as a quarterback. Will that change in the next 5 games? Maybe so. But I can think of 4, 5 other people long before I get to Carson Beck, starting with the kid from Oklahoma, Gabriel, after that performance he put on. Then you can take 2 from the same team and the kid McCord for Ohio State, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. Team is ranked number 3 in the country, especially if they beat Penn State, and he has a lot to do with that. And the kid that he'll be throwing to if they beat Penn State, that got doggone Marvin Harrison. Long before we get to Carson Beck. I mean, I know we Georgia fans, but let's keep it a buck.
Hey, this is the same stuff we said last year. Y'all had the same comments about Stetson Bennett. He got invited to New York. I brought it up on the show one time about Stetson Bennett early in the season. Fade probably asked this same type question, and y'all laughed at it. He got invited to New York. Now Fade said a name that we ain't talking about. I don't think Carson Beck is gonna get invited, but he got the number 1 team in the country. He has not really made a lot of mistakes on the field. If he has an outstanding 5 game, it's a slight possibility. But we had this same conversation last year about Stetson Bennett.
Okay, so when you say outstanding, so do you feel like he can keep playing the way he's playing and get invited?
How's he playing?
Huh?
Pull up his numbers, Fade.
Yeah, pull him up. I mean, you just said he got what, 4? I don't know. Pull him up, Fade.
I think he got about 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I'm assuming.
Give me a second.
He got to be top 3 in the SEC in passing right now.
See, 6'4", 220, Jacksonville, Florida. I need to look at my phone. I'll get it faster. Hold on. 12
touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I learned from my producer. I'm quick with it. With an 81.1 QBR, that got him ranked 15th out of all quarterbacks. Stop it. That boy threw 200 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick last week. What about that says Heisman? He attempted, he had 40 attempts, 29 for 39, 261, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception against Vanderbilt.
And he should have had more against Vanderbilt.
So you missed your stat game.
Yeah, he's playing good, Anatole, but he's not playing elite or playing great. He's playing solid.
Hold on, where my producer at? Because I ain't got that. I got to get in the chat.
Yeah, he said he's playing good. That's what Anatole just said. He playing good, and then he gave the stats you just gave us. Anatole said Jordan Travis is a dark horse on Heisman candidate right now.
I don't see no dark horse Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis today is invited to New York City. Jordan Travis, I think, is one. If you're inviting 4 people to New York City for the Heisman, Travis May, Jordan Travis, Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Michael Penix will be the 4 that will go.
No,
maybe Bo Nix. Bo Nix, possibly. But Jordan Travis, running back from who?
Texas.
I don't know his number. I don't think this is a year where you're gonna have a non-quarterback go to New York.
Yeah, Marvin Harris, I think the game against Notre Dame might ding him a little bit, but if he has about 10 catches, I'm starting to sound like Keyshawn Johnson right quick. He need about 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 tutties. He'll have a chance. But he's Marvin Harris is going to have to the last 5 games, he's going to get about 50, 60 catches for him to get an invite to me. Am I crazy? I'm thinking that.
No.
All right, let's get to probably the game of the week. Ohio State versus Penn State. I know a couple weeks ago we said we got to celebrate these black coaches. When we said that, unfortunately, Loxley from Maryland lost 2 straight. Dino Babers lost 3 straight. Franklin's about to play Ohio State, and these are the games that no better word for it, pissing the bed on these games. What chance does Penn State have of beating Ohio State, Mike?
Penn State got a great chance. If Penn State got any chance of possibly beating Ohio State, it's this year. They got good defense. They got a nice run game, quarterback. Don't really make mistakes out there. This is their year. I think this is probably the biggest game of James Franklin's career. This is probably the best Penn State team he has had. So if he's ever going to beat Ohio State, it's got to be this Saturday. And I don't know why this game is Saturday at 12 o'clock. It's on Fox, but, man, this got to be this should have been a 3:30 or 7 o'clock game or something, man. The 7:30 game Saturday is Michigan and Michigan State. It's LSU and Auburn and Duke and Florida State in the primetime game. You got top 10 matchup, man. This should have been, you can't do nothing about the TV program, but it should have been a later game.
That's a whole other topic. I'm thinking you should start looking at flexing some of those games. I mean, what's it going to hurt flexing the time? You don't have to flex.
Well, what they do, like on the weekends, after the game, whatever contract they got with them channels, they bidding for the games or whatever. So the best game they said for Fox is always the 12 o'clock game. That's the best time. That's the best game for Fox. So I guess that's why it's there.
Shop, you give Penn State. What's your percentage chance you give them beating Ohio State this weekend?
30. I give them a 30% chance. They in the horseshoe, and Ohio State. As much as I don't like them boys, they battle tested. Once you come out of Ann Arbor in a night game, in a close game, and you win that game, they battle tested. I would not be surprised to see Ohio State. I think right now they're probably the best team in the country.
Penn State's upcoming schedule: they play Indiana next weekend. Then they play Maryland. Then on November 11th, 12 o'clock kickoff again against Michigan at Happy Valley. Then Rutgers the following week, and then in the season at Michigan State.
Did you say Ohio State the best team in the country, Shot? You just said that?
Yeah, they playing like the best team in the country. Who's the best team in the country to you right now? And back
Michigan.
That up. Huh?
Michigan.
I listen. I mean, we could debate it, and I don't mean like right now. And I'm saying that because you can't argue with that. I'm just looking at based right now. Who they beating, and to go into Ann Arbor. I mean, to go into in the Notre Dame in the South Bend at night. That's about as good a win as I've seen. This year if you try to stack them all up. Now, don't get me wrong, Michigan is crushing people. But I think Ohio State was an underdog in that Notre Dame game, right?
Mm-hmm. Night game and the green jerseys.
And the green jerseys. And what's the coach name at Notre Dame again?
Marcus Freeman.
Bye.
Yeah.
You listen. You can call Jesse Jackson, the Rainbow Coalition, the NAACP, the NAA Negro Association. You gone. They can't help you. Sorry.
He's lost 5 games so far as Notre Dame's coach in his 2 years. You start out losing your first 3 games. I mean,
Y'all don't think Marcus Freeman saved himself last week with that USC win?
No.
They're not finna fire that man.
Not this year.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they'll give him next year. They'll give him a 3rd year.
We got him on the show this week, Fade. Man, Rachel, we need to hear from you, man. We need to hear from you about the state of the Miami Hurricane football program. You got kind of a big game this weekend against Clemson, which is another game. I don't know why it ain't on national TV. It's on the damn ACC network. That's neither here nor there. But, I mean, talk to us about Hurricane football.
I mean, right now it's tough. I mean, you can't lose, and I'm a big Mario Cristobal fan. But one thing I always say about coaches is you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And then if you're a really good coach, I've even said this to you at Water when you coach AAU, you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat in order for you to consider yourself a qualified coach. And then every now and then you beat some teams that you're not supposed to beat. Remember, we had this conversation a long time ago, and even as recent as last year. Same rules apply. You got to beat Georgia Tech. Was he down? Absolutely, positively, yes. Yeah, and I ain't want to talk about no refs or nothing like that, but I'm there. And I had a great angle, from the side. As soon as the ball hit the ground or came out, the ref pointed to Georgia Tech, which, knowing a little bit in Atwater, you a college, you're a football official. When you point the other way, that means it has to, without a shadow of a doubt, happen for you to overturn it back. And so, but you don't go in there and shit the bed against Georgia Tech. If you beat Georgia Tech and you lose to the great Drake May, it's not a bad season. Even with that one loss, I'm disgusted right now with University of Miami losing to Georgia Tech. They lost to a bunch of freaking civil engineers. There was nothing civil about it.
So, Fade, who is this game bigger for on Saturday night? Dabo or Cristobal? Clemson or Miami?
I'm about to say Cristobal, even though let me take it back. Dabo's nowhere near the top 25. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to push because I think this might be this year, next year. Next year's probably gonna be Dabo's last year at Clemson, even though he's brought them 2 natties and went to the Final Four a couple other times. I think he's biding his time until Nick retires, but then at the same time, which Alabama would you want him to come to Alabama and not use the transfer portal? Because he's not using the transfer portal, and you see the results of him not using it.
I mean, well, the thing about the transfer portal, if I'm getting 3 and 4 and 5-star guys, they're supposed to come in and produce. Do you really need a transfer portal? I mean, everybody using it, but really, do you need it? Georgia hadn't really been super active in the transfer portal. Now they got 2 receivers right now that have come in and have been big help for them out of the transfer portal, but Georgia ain't really tapped in the transfer portal like that.
Yes, they have.
Haven't had a lot. You went and got JT Daniels. Hold on. You don't went and got JT Daniels. You got this Loving and Ra Thomas boy, Tykeil Smith. I can't think of too many other players that done got out the portal that's been super productive. That's come to Georgia.
Didn't your quarterback from last year transfer to Georgia?
I just said JT Daniels.
No. The one that actually won the championship. Didn't he transfer to Georgia?
You talking about Stetson Bennett?
Yes.
Stetson Bennett was already at Georgia. He left and went JUCO and came back to Georgia.
So he transferred.
He went to Georgia as a walk-on. He left Georgia, went to, I think, like Jones County Junior College, and he came back to Georgia.
Okay. So he transferred back to Georgia.
I don't consider that no transfer portal, man. You trying to be precise on it. That dude there for 2 years. That wasn't necessarily no transfer portal. We can say JUCO transfer if we want to say transfer, because he went to a JUCO and came back to Georgia.
Okay, so we gonna use transfers for everybody except Stetson Bennett.
JUCO transfer and transfer portal, I don't consider that the same thing. Cam Newton was a JUCO transfer. Is that the same as being in a transfer portal?
Okay, well, Anatoly out here in here killing you in the comments because he just said Darian Kendrick transferred there.
The point I'm trying to make about the transfer, we don't go get a lot of transfers either. Like it's some teams that got 10, 15, 20, 30. Hell, Colorado got what, 68? So it ain't a whole bunch of transfers that go to Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, a lot of them schools.
Listen, the point is, even the Alabamas, the Georgias, and the Clemsons, you miss on 5 stars. You miss on 4 stars. People leave early. Some people just not ready to go this year. They still may be good. They just not ready to go this year. You need that transfer portal to fill in those gaps. I tell you what, I know what team has really got gone in the transfer portal. Florida State. 2 years ago, Florida State was garbage. And you look at them right now from that transfer portal, hell, they best player on the field right now came from transferred in from a lower division school. So Dabo need to get with the time. So to answer the question on which game is more important for who, I'm gonna have to go with like Faith said, that's a push. Both of these guys are 4-2. Mario cannot afford to lose this game and lose the recruits from South Florida that's trying to drink the Kool-Aid. Dabo, he's been recruiting at a high level. He still got All-Americans on that team. He just needs to change his ways. Now, Willie, I don't know. But Cristobal hasn't proven outside of Texas A&M that he can beat elite teams at Miami.
Well, then you just answered it. Then the game is more important for Cristobal than Dabo.
I mean, again, it depends on if you ask me. I think it's a push. I mean, both of them are done this season after that. So maybe. I mean, Clemson got buku money though, man. Buku. Dabo might be trying to lose to get them to open up them pocketbooks. I don't know. I know I've been to Clemson, North Carolina. It ain't nothing to do but go to class.
The thing about Clemson, the reason this game is more important for Cristobal than Dabo, the last time you played in that stadium, you lost to Georgia Tech. You're a program that's trying to rise up, and this is a team, Clemson, that if any year you're going to really beat them, you're going to beat them this year. At the end of the day, I can always say at Clemson, shoot, we got 2 national championships. We got 2 national championships in our pocket in the last 7, 8 years. So Cristobal, this game is more important for Miami, for the tradition and the legacy of Miami. And like this is a big game. Like this should have been a primetime game on national TV. These are 2 big time programs.
4-2.
But like the ACC network, like right now, Faye, can you go pull up the ACC network?
Yeah, what I'm looking for.
I'm just saying that it's not. This should have been a national televised game, Clemson and Miami.
Yeah, it should have been. It should be like a primetime 7:30 game, 3:30, something like that. But like Shot saying, I think you probably hear them. They're both 4-2. Why would I put them both on there?
Hello.
Because of the tight program. Because it's Clemson and Miami. That's just like Alabama and Auburn gonna play on national TV regardless every year.
Iron Bowl.
Michigan and Ohio State gonna play on national TV regardless every year. Clemson and Miami, in my opinion, are 2 programs I would consider like elite programs. When I say elite, programs that put kids in the league, that can recruit 4 and 5 stars, that have won championships, Clemson and Miami, to me, are in that boat. This is a game that you put on a national TV. Now, the problem for them with this week, that Duke and Florida State game is just a little bit bigger. That's the difference. Because typically Duke and Florida State, that game is not on national TV. But this year, it is. So that's what I'm saying about Texas, Oklahoma. That's regardless. That's on national TV every year. So there's certain games I feel like should be they nationally televised game.
It's gonna be an ongoing conversation about these. About that, I think they just do need to start flexing some games depending on what depending on the games and what networks have them. Notre Dame have their own, literally has NBC on lock. Fox has all the major Big Ten games, so we'll see. Before we move on to your BS list, any thoughts on Colorado's stunning loss on Friday?
Who you asking?
Either one of y'all.
Man, that's tough. Like, you know, as great as the Dion coverage has been, man, losing. I mean, going up 29 and losing that, you know, that is, you know, 99% on coaching. And, you know, we've had conversations again. I still root for Dion to do well. But me and that Water had these conversations. When you losing big leads like that, that's some coaching. You got to call timeouts. You got to get out that game. You know, I don't really know what the circumstances was, but you got to get out that game. And you know, you got our coach. You got our coach. They made adjustments, and it didn't look like Colorado made any adjustments. I didn't watch the game, so what I'm saying to you is based off of highlights and news. I didn't watch the game, so it could have been more to it than what I'm saying.
Mike,
I mean, I went to bed Friday night and Colorado was up 29-0, and I woke up that next morning and said Final score 46-43. And that I was shocked. I really was shocked. Dude, you gave up 46 points in the second half. I can't remember last time a team gave up that many points in the second half.
So were they shooting threes or what?
What you mean?
Oh, this wasn't no basketball game?
Yeah, it could have been a defensive struggle. Yeah.
46 points in the second half. That sounds like a basketball game. Anatoly said he watched the whole game.
You know that remind me of? Falcons.
Falcons was up 28-3.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Anatoly. Travis played that made the snaps because he was getting cooked on defense. But to be fair, he ain't played in 3 weeks.
Hey man, you had Travis Hunter playing in that damn near 100-degree heat against TCU. We can't talk about it now against Stanford. He been doing this all year.
No, what I'm saying is he missed 3 weeks with that lacerated liver, and he was out of football shape. You shouldn't have played him that much. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Yeah, that's all. Let's get to your BS list.
You got it pulled up. I gotta find. Oh, you got it.
There it is right there.
So I got a lot of quarterbacks that went to that tier 4. That's a lot of them. I got to go find my list. Fade, you can talk about what I look for. It's in my book bag. Go ahead.
So Mike's list of last segment of college football, of course, was brought to you by Arizona Tea Ozempic. If you drink Arizona tea, you'll be taking Ozempic. All right. Ozempic. Let me fix the graphics a little bit so I put Mike's screen a little bit bigger. Hope you guys at home are able to see the screen. Mike's tier 4 list is brought to you by Sprite, the Black Folks soda. Mike's tier 4, he has Deshaun Watson, Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, Desmond Ridder, Kenny Pickett, Gardner Minshew, Zach Wilson, and Bryce Young. And who's that one? Who's the one at the bottom under Zach Wilson? That gotta be Bryce Young. Unless I'm missing Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo.
You're right. Yeah, tier 4, Deshaun Watson, Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, Riddle, Pickett, Minshew, Zach Wilson, Garoppolo, Tannehill, Bryce Young. Any issue with tier 4?
No, I think them 4 are good right there. If you want to throw in Derek Carr, you can.
Did I even put him on? Oh yeah, he is.
But yeah, I could. There's nothing wrong with your tier 4.
Tier 3, I got Baker, Jordan Love, Sam Howell, Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Justin Fields, and Joshua Dobbs.
Now the one name I probably would put back on tier 4 because your list should be fluid. I put Justin Fields right back on tier 4, even though he had 2 great games. But you play against, I'll put Justin there, but I'll put Boo Derek there. Like we told you last time you did your list, I think you just have on the top 2 tiers. I think you just have too many names on there, but we'll get to that. But right now, I don't see anything wrong with your tier 3. Maybe Trevor Lawrence can slide down to tier 3 a little bit, maybe in between tier 2 and tier 3 because he's had a erratic season this year. But I don't know. What you think, Shot?
Can I see the list?
You don't see it on the screen? Oh, you probably can't see. It's probably. I try to cut it in without trying to add it as an extra graphic.
So let me start over for you, Shot. Tier 4 quarterbacks after 6 weeks.
No, I see it. Hold on. I got you. Yeah, that tier 4 is some hot garbage. like, oh my goodness, that tier 4. Anytime you in the same tier with Gardner Minshew, that's bad. And then they got you got Desmond Ridder on there. So that tier 4 is hard.
He was 3 picks in the second half last week.
Again, I think I agree with what Fabe said. Whoa, Marcus CJ Stroud. Yeah, we tripping.
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson's not on the list at all because he hasn't played enough games and he's hurt, out for the season.
What about tier 2? I took Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, and Justin Herbert out of tier 1.
Man, if y'all don't get Dak out of tier 2, man, we got to start being professional, bro. Like we got to make sure we keep it objective. I know we fans and all, but we got to be objective as well. Don't you agree, Fade? Like, why is Dak over there anywhere in tier 2?
So Dak is a tier 3 quarterback?
I mean, yeah. Dak Prescott. Let's go by the numbers. So Dak Prescott in tier 2, that means he's top what? How many people you got in tier 1 and 2?
I got
14.
Got 7 apiece. 14.
Okay, you know Desmond really got more yards than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I got 14 between. So so the equivalent then, are you saying Dak Prescott is not one of the top 14 quarterbacks in football?
Yeah. I mean, nah. Yeah. I mean, what does he got? 6 touchdowns and 4 picks in 6 games?
Yeah, in 4 games, in 6 games, yeah.
In 6 games. So you're telling me he's a top half quarterback with a touchdown a game?
Okay. If you look at tier 3, who is better than him in tier 3?
Russell Wilson.
Now, 3 weeks ago, you were just bashing Russell Wilson.
No, I didn't. I said if you look at, the Denver Broncos are playing like trash, but if you look at Russell Wilson numbers, he's up there. We can go back to the recording now. I said Russell Wilson is actually playing good football.
Yeah, 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Thank you. 12 touchdowns, 4 picks. Twice as many as Dak with the same number of interceptions.
But to be honest, the Cowboys ain't scored a lot of offensive touchdowns, period.
Whose fault is
let's
that?
just be real about it.
That's right. You're right.
Whose
You're
fault is that?
absolutely right.
And whose fault is that?
The offensive play call.
Receivers in the league.
And mind you, they don't score 4-5 touchdowns off defense.
Okay. So
yeah, when they beat the Giants, it was all defensive special team mostly.
So we'll just make excuses for Dak then. What's up, Lamont?
This is what I had to ask y'all about tier 1. There's no question that Mahomes is number 1. But should CJ Stroud be tier 1 after 6 weeks?
Yes.
1 pick. Team is 3-3. I can see an argument for that. I can see an argument for that. I'm not gonna jump on your case about that one.
I mean, if we going by numbers, let's rewind this tape. How many games did we expect Houston to win this year? Not that we talked about it, but let's rewind it a little bit.
About
How many
5.
games?
No more than 5.
5?
No more than 5.
It might not even been 5.
Right. They already got 3 so they're on pace to win about 6-7 games with a rookie quarterback. And this kid is the reason that they're winning these 3 games. 9 touchdowns, 1 pick. Who's the offensive coordinator for one? He for sure gonna be a head coach next year, whoever that guy is.
I'm gonna look him up, but I think he might be off that San Francisco tree, but I'm not sure. Let me pull him up.
Whoever the offensive coordinator is in Houston and Detroit and Eric Bieniemy, those guys will be head coaches next year.
Bobby Slowick is the offensive coordinator.
Remember the name.
I think Ben Johnson's in Philadelphia. Let me find the offensive coordinator for Detroit.
So let me see who you got. See, you got too many people in that tier 1 Atwater. That's what I say.
Okay, look at the numbers of them guys in tier 1. Who we gonna take out right now? All 7 of them guys are playing good football.
Brock Purdy
Right
will come out for one thing. Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford coming out.
Brock Purdy got 10 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Product of weapons around him. He's a manager.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of 2-yard hitches to McCaffrey and then watching him work.
So we gonna penalize him for it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm watching the games.
He can't be a tier 1 quarterback because he dinking and dunking.
I'm watching the games.
If that's the case, then
yeah. And I watched the game last week against Dallas when back-to-back third down play, he knocking them loose.
And I watched.
Now he had a bad game against Cleveland.
Yeah,
but,
without them weapons.
Brock Purdy
left.
Some of them weapons left.
Yeah, when he didn't have McCaffrey, when he could dump the ball off 6, 7, 8 times a game, the numbers didn't look the same.
So we penalize him for injuries then. He should not be a tier 1 because of injuries.
Fabe just said he's a product of the system. When you watch the game, he's not pushing the ball downfield. He's throwing 3 yards. He's throwing swing passes to McCaffrey. Look at McCaffrey numbers. McCaffrey got wide receiver numbers from the running back position. How far what kind of routes you think he running?
Let me pull it up, man.
Let's see. Right now, McCaffrey has 553 yards rushing. He has 23 receptions. For let's see, but let me slide it over. And just let me go into his actual profile. 23 catches, averaging about 6 games, about close to 4 catches a game. 23 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, 553 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. Don't forget, Debo went out also in that game and lost Trent Williams for about half the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then also San Francisco, Cleveland has the number 1 defense in the league. Not Dallas, not San Francisco. Cleveland had the number 1 defense.
But see, if that's the case, we knocking Brock Purdy for injuries. Wouldn't that be every quarterback on here, with the exception of maybe Mahomes? Go to Miami right now and take away Tyreek Hill or take away the running back. Take away them. See how effective he'll be.
Took away A-Chain and they still dropped 40-something on Carolina.
And you still got Raheem Mostert. Still got him. You already got another running back there.
I wasn't talking about the players he playing with. I said the system. The system, he doesn't push the ball downfield like the rest of these quarterbacks. But I ain't taking nothing away from him. I mean,
Yeah, your tier 1 is should have no more than 4 quarterbacks, maybe 5. I can see Tua, my homeboy, Jared Goff is playing good football. I can give you that one. Kirk Cousins. That's without no running game and without Jordan Jefferson. So I can see those guys. CJ Stroud, he'll be at the bottom of the tier 1. But everybody else that's on there, like Purdy and Matthew Stafford, they'll be at the top of tier 2. But Stafford's stats ain't that good either. He has 6 touchdowns and 5 picks.
Yeah, but Stafford got a dude, Paku Niku, whatever his name is, he making him like a star.
Paku Nakua.
Whatever his name is.
If I had to pick my top 5, I would go. Did Kirk Cousins still hasn't won a game?
No, I think they won 2, I believe. It might be 1 or 2.
Yeah, they 2-4. They just beat Chicago last week.
Right, they did. So they've won 2 games since we had the conversation. They was 0-3 or 0-4. They've won 2 games. My top 5 quarterbacks right now, in no particular order, would be Tua, Kirk Cousins, Josh Allen, and Jared Goff. Yeah, Purdy and Stafford, they'll be in
tier 2, but you might need to do it like a pyramid. Just do it like that. But five max should be your tier 1. You could do 10 in your tier 2, and that'll leave you on with what, 17. You just put the rest at the bottom.
Yeah, the rest of them, it don't even matter.
Not bad list though, Mike. Not bad.
Time for that NBA, dog.
Let me ask one more question. We'll move to NBA right quick. One more question. Justin Herbert. What, I mean, he has the big contract. Is it Kellen Moore or is it Brandon Staley that's holding him back?
I don't know. I mean, they got weapons. They got potentially 3 Hall of Famers on defense. They got 2 for sure with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. You got Derwin James back there. I don't understand what the problem is. Offensively, Keenan Allen has been one of the most efficient wide receivers in the league for years. I know Mike Williams went down. You got Austin Eckler, who's a 25, 30 touch guy a night. I don't get it. I don't know what their problem is. I have no clue what's wrong with the Chargers. We can't totally blame it on Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore just got there, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, Shaw asked him, what's the deal with Justin Herbert? We should be seeing more from him as far as with the talent and the talent he has and the talent that's around him. Is it him or is it the coach and that's like the head coach that's holding him back?
It's the head coach, or however they want to look at it. It's the coach. It's coaching. Like Atwater said, they got big time players. Like you can't have one of the premier edge rushers in the game and not turn him loose. Even though he's been battling injury a lot, but on paper the Chargers are loaded, and they seem to falter late in the game. They don't. I don't understand what it is. Even when they lose the games, Herbert's still putting up numbers. Eckler putting up numbers. He didn't do it last week, but he on his way back. Like I can't put my finger on it. They're giving up way too many points. If you look at it, they gave up 36 to the Dolphins. They gave up 27 to Tennessee, they don't know what the end zone looked like. 24 to Minnesota, they beat them. When they played some defense against the Raiders, they won. They played a good game against Dallas. That's only because Dallas is horrible.
Eric Beeman show look good in San Diego. Just saying.
Yeah. Sure would. Be a good one.
My goodness. Boy,
last topic, NBA. We did the Eastern Conference last week where we asked if it's the Celtics and Bucks versus the field. Everybody took Celtics and the Bucks. Western Conference. I had a picture of Kawhi Leonard hurt, but I want to do him like that on the show because we're just about a time where he get hurt. Nuggets repeating the shot.
Yes. There is no answer to the test. There's no answer to the test that is Nikola Jokic. There's no answer to it. If Jamal Murray is healthy, there's no answer to that test. With the way those guys play basketball, only injury can derail them right now.
Mike, they repeating?
No. I think that 2 teams could potentially come out the West, Phoenix or Golden State. And I would say Phoenix. I would like Phoenix. Phoenix, when they made that trade with DeAndre Ayton and the Dame Lillard trade, they actually added some depth. They got Jerkic at center, who is a big man that don't really care about scoring. And with Bradley Beal, Durant, and Devin Booker, that's 70, 80 points a night between them two. They got Eric Gordon coming off the bench. I mean, I think in a 7-game series, I would take Phoenix.
Okay.
Bradley, I don't believe in Beal, Booker. Is that not the best big three in basketball?
You asking me?
Yes.
On paper, absolutely.
That's all we can go by. We can't go by them playing.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Who's going to like? If that's the case, Phoenix was the better team last year. You still only got one basketball. Devin Booker damn sure ain't trying to pass the ball. Kevin Durant ain't never had to pass the basketball to anybody. Here's a guy that played with Clay, Steph, Draymond, and they still made sure he got the basketball. And Bradley Beal, he's never played on a winning team. So what does he know about championship basketball?
Bradley Beal would be no different than a Chris Bosh when he came to Miami. When Chris Bosh came to Miami, had Chris Bosh been to the playoffs? Chris Bosh or Kevin Love when Kevin Love went to Cleveland. When he teamed up with LeBron and D Wade, Chris Bosh wasn't no playoff type team, even though he was a 22 and 11 type guy.
24.
But he wasn't no playoff dude like that. Booker and Durant, of course, got more playoff experience than Bradley Beal. But don't get it twisted. When Bradley Beal is healthy, he's a top 40, 50 player in the league.
Oh.
And Phoenix right now has 3 of the top 50 players in basketball.
And problem with Beal, he hasn't played 60 games in about 4 years?
Hey.
So let me expand on what you're saying, Water. Everything that you just said is factual. I'm not doubting that one bit. The only thing that I'm saying is Bradley Beal, like Faith said, hasn't played a lot of games in the last couple of years. 2, Bradley Beal was traded to Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Because of his contract. Chris Bosh chose to go to Miami. Chris Bosh knew what he was getting into. I don't know if Bradley Beal, obviously they can make moves and request to go where they want to go and all of that. But you're asking Bradley Beal to do some Chris Bosh stuff that other teams try to do, and it still ain't working. Other teams been trying to do that. Find somebody that's going. You got to remember, man. Bradley Beal been shooting the basketball 30, 40 times since he was 6.
You think Bradley Beal don't know that his role finna change?
All I'm saying is it always sound good until they actually get on the court. I remember Gary Payton and Karl Malone, we going back 20 years now, talked about how it was Kobe team and Shaq team. The same 2 people that tried to take over during the season, which is why Detroit beat them. Yes or no?
That bad boy team, yeah.
LeBron and D Wade tried to share the ball too much until D Wade had to take a step back and say, it's your team. That don't happen that often, man. Who, like you say, which one of them, they was just Ryan Clark or somebody. No, it was Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett last year on one of the podcasts says, this is Devin Booker's team. The ball got to go through Devin Booker. Did somebody forget to tell Kevin Durant who he was? Make it make sense. Who's the coach over there?
Frank Vogel's the coach of Phoenix.
Okay, now Frank Vogel got a little bit of clout with me. Frank Vogel got a little bit of clout. I may take a stance off that with Frank Vogel, but still only one basketball.
And use of
I like what Golden State. I like what Golden State, of course. I like what they got. I don't know who gonna start or who not gonna start, but I like what Golden State got with Chris Paul. They're not gonna be able to win games in April and May and June. I don't think with Chris Paul and Steph Curry on the floor together. I don't think they can win like that. You can play them in spurts, but as a crunch time lineup, I don't know. They're gonna be way too small.
I mean, when you look at it, their depth lineup, they had Curry, Clay, Harrison. I mean Durant, Iguodala, and Green. That's a small lineup. Your taller person was Iguodala 6'7".
Yeah, but they didn't have a 6-foot guy on the floor. Chris Paul, what, 6 foot, 6'1"? So let's just use Milwaukee. Let's just say Golden State playing Milwaukee in crunch time game final. Who Chris Paul finna guard? Dame Lillard?
That go ahead and push because neither one can guard.
Steph Curry finna guard Chris Middleton?
Oh, they will get their head busted.
No.
I don't know why you like this team. Like you said this team. Listen, I love Steph Curry. Klay Thompson has the prettiest rotation of the basketball in the history of mankind. That starting five ain't going too far.
Let me see what they got right now. They listed as they starting five.
Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins at the power forward, and Draymond at the center. That's laughable. Chris Paul, and you know my saying, can't stop kids from crossing the street at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul, they're going to have him coming off the bench. I think Kevon Looney going to start.
And they still don't have any size. Golden State still don't have any size.
And now you
when Golden State, all them championship teams, Golden State didn't really had size.
They did.
The championship team, you had Looney, you know, had Jordan Bell. You won 1 year with Andrew Bogut. They ain't really had no 6'11", 7-footers like that.
Zaza Pachulia won 2 championships. Then you had JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. Yeah, I was about to say the guy that kept getting into it with Shaq. Mama got mad at Shaq.
Got it before you go, Fade. Lakers. What do you see for them?
I see they're probably gonna make a power move for Kyrie by the trade deadline. They got the contracts way to set up. I can see them trying to trade for Kyrie, but you're gonna mess up the chemistry of the team, which you're building now. I can see them being a 3 seed. That's the highest I see them going. That's their ceiling. It's a 3 seed.
I don't think they better than Denver, Phoenix, Golden State, or the Clippers, honestly, and might not be better than Sacramento.
And the only question with Denver, you lost Jeff Green and Brandon Brown to free agency. You lost 2 key guys off the bench for your championship team. Jeff Green went to Houston. Brandon Brown, he went to Indiana. And now you got to depend on a lot of rookies to fill those spots on the bench. And they can develop. I think this is the year that they're gonna miss Bones Highland coming off the bench. This could be that year they're gonna really miss him. So.
Yeah, they benched. They got Reggie Jackson, that Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, DeAndre Jordan, Justin Holiday. That's they bench. Julian Strawberry, the guy that they picked up.
That's the best starting 5 in basketball.
Your Denver, that's probably the best 5 next to probably Milwaukee's and Boston if they would decide on lineup. They go Derek White and Drew Holiday. Jaylen Brown.
I'm talking about guys that played a role. You got the point guard in Jamal Murray, the scoring point guard. You got the defensive shooting guard in Pope. You got the ultra athletic Michael Porter Jr. on the wing. You got the dirty work guy in Aaron Gordon, and you got the headliner in the reigning MVP, the Joker, that do it all. Point guard, power forward, center. Best starting 5 in now, you know, if you're talking about scoring, it's Phoenix. But that's the best starting 5 in basketball. Yeah.
Hey, Joker in his prime or DeMarcus Cousins in his prime, who you taking, shot?
DeMarcus Cousins.
But before the Achilles, right before the Achilles. Right before the Achilles. I know what you're talking about. Right before the Achilles.
Man, I told y'all, man, Joker is Greg Ostertag with passing skills, man. I told y'all that. The man don't have an athletic toenail, let alone, I mean, but he can see the flow and that offense and that coach and what they got going on is big time.
All right, let me get the last topic in before we go.
Don't act like Giannis ain't give that boy a 40 piece.
Well, he gave him 40 piece and
Embiid. All the centers get him to work. Crazy work. Shout out to my man Shady McCoy.
Hey, the market Cousins numbers, boy. Hey.
Yeah.
4-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, All-NBA rookie team. Yeah.
Did I hesitate when you asked me?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Last quick hit before we go. Ja Morant's going to be suspended the first 25 games of the season. Over under 14 and a half wins for Memphis.
I go under.
Over.
Plus Steven Adams still back healthy.
Desmond Bane, that guy. He ready.
And you get Steven Adams back. You get some of your size back that you missed in the playoff last year. So Brandon Clark will probably be back around February. He tore his Achilles in March, so he should be back. Great show, guys. I wish everybody was here. Homecoming this week. Go tailgate. Do your thing. Be safe out there.
I might see y'all Saturday. I ain't decided yet, but I'm working on it.
There you go.
That means we won't see him, y'all. That's what that means. Either that means we won't see him, or he'll be down there Thursday night. That's what that means.
Hey, y'all be good.
All right, we out. We'll holler at you next week.